Cleared hot, cleared hot.
Welcome back, everybody. Yesterday I posted a laser bomb on coordinate video. I just wanted to go over the details of those details in particular to what are you doing with a laser weapon, that this one in particular does not have GPS guidance, but you are dropping it on coordinates. What's up with that? And it ties in really well with what we're doing for that laser mission, because we can. It's a ground-based laser. Really quick, let's start off. We did Jtac did our routing safety of flight. We did a CAS check-in, situation update, right? It was just one target, one Jtac, one airplane. Pretty easy stuff. Game plan, right? That's where you called out a Type 2 control, GBU-12, and your bomb on coordinate. So the bomb on coordinate is the aircraft is dropping the weapon on coordinates. The pilot, at no time does he need to see the target with either a sensor or synthetic aperture radar, doesn't matter. He is dropping the weapon on those coordinates. In the 9 line, lines 4 and 6, I got information for the laser to target line, and the laser code, which is important because you want that code to match what the bomb has. If not, the bomb will not see the frequency at which the laser is firing. In the remarks, the other big important step there was the system readback, as opposed in the 9 line, when I read back lines 4 and 6, I'm not reading what's off my knee board or grease pencil up on the canopy. I'm reading what I plugged into the jet, which in turn goes into the bomb. That needs to be done. And the remarks, no change on this one. We're treating it like a laser mission. And essentially for the A10 in this case, it's going into CCRP mode. It's not super precise, but that's where the laser comes in, is eventually when the bomb, it's being dropped into the laser basket. And when the bomb sees the laser, then it just goes to the target. And then everyone gets high fives and chocolate cake. So target correlation, there is none. Really quick, let's have a look at the these two F-18s. Disregard those guys because I was an A-10. Designator is where the Jtac is, and in this case, he's shooting 195 to the target. This is green, but I made it red because green, safety zone, I get it, but I call it more of a danger zone. You don't want anything coming in here, so 195, nothing off the right, left or right shoulders. Best acquisition zone, in our case, he's coming into the left shoulder, and then safest acquisition area is just a little bit out there. The reason we're doing that is because the weapon, as it's coming downtown, it's left the aircraft and is ballistically engaged. At this point, it is looking for the strongest laser energy. That is over here. If it's over your shoulder, it should see that reflection off the target, and it's going that way. If you're coming in 90 degrees or, heaven forbid, straight towards you, you will die. I don't think I need to articulate it any differently than that. In the video that I had posted, Jtac is right here, high OP feature, and he's looking down the hill at the target. There's the target. Here's your Jtac. The laser to target line is 195. Just straight shot this way. And then as we move on in my PowerPoint wizardry, here's my red cone, right? 195 over my left shoulder. If we shoot a bearing past the target, it's 205. So no weapon, no final attack heading can come in here. And then after that, we've got the rest of the cone. The only reason we didn't use the right shoulder is just because of the terrain, the hills. I would have been we just wanted this nice open space that was to the left. No big deal. The wizardry continues. In the mission itself, there was a 5-degree cone that the Jtac decided of his own accord to leave out. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a policy thing or a doctrine thing. Please just stop it. He just decided, you know what, today I feel like I want a little bit more warm and fuzzy. 210 and 240, right? So he's making that X for the final attack headings. Green space, green is good. Green means go. So that aircraft is coming over his left shoulder. The weapon is dropped within 210 and 240, and it will magically find the laser energy over here on the target. As we proceed with the wizardry, here's the GBU 12. It doesn't look that great in this photo, but that's the bomb as it comes in. There's our target, and this is that line, that laser to target line. You could better appreciate the cone from this point of view and kind of understand how from the bomb, it's so close to the ground now that it's been just tracking this energy. It's not gonna, you know, peek behind itself and stuff like that. And just remember, this is free space. It could have been in here, doesn't matter. And then this is 210 to 240 as articulated here in this picture. So on this one, just because we're here, might as well do it. It's the X. A lot of people have been asking me about this. It's the final attack heading, because your laser cone is going to dictate your final attack heading. So might as well discuss it before the cone, or at this southern tip. It's not the south, but at this end of the cone. We have to do this because of the laser to target line. Just talked about it. But even if there was no laser, I'm always doing an X on my target. Why is that? Because in this example for the laser, if the weapon falls short, I don't want it to be a bad day for me or anything, or any rules of engagements like no strike zones, stuff like that. And plus of the target, the X is important. I don't want anything of concern inside this X, because bombs traditionally they'll land short for like fin locks and shit like that. But plus of the target, you're thinking about the spray. The debris is going to fly at crazy knots this way. And so if, for example, if I'm looking at this building here, if there's friendlies in that or a school, then you know, I could have definitely adjusted my cone a little bit to make this smaller, but this line goes this way, and really when you're spitballing on the battlefield, like this is pretty decent, right? If these were really important buildings, this cone totally makes sense. You are perpendicular to this no strike area, and so this is how I'm always drawing out my cones, and that's your actual headings here, 210, 240, and that's it. That's all I got for you. I hope those details helped out with those that didn't understand maybe the video. Join the Discord. That's where the conversation, all Jtac and Kaz stuff is at. And until next time, cheers.